Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is my Sunday chat. It's the 21st of November 2021, and I am sitting in my kitchen by my lovely Essie and using up some of the new logs that have arrived. I say using them up, I mean I've just started using them, and I can tell you it's lovely and warm, which is nice because I think we've got some cold weather coming, but more on that a little bit later on. This is the Sunday chat so that I have a chance to catch up with things that we've been doing and things that are coming up. So let's get down to it. As ever, I've got a list of bits and bobs which I want to talk about. And first up, put that on there, I hope it doesn't catch fire. I have a letter that came in, a handwritten letter. It's always lovely to get a handwritten letter. Here it is. This is from Chris Archibald, who is, according to the postscript here, from Austin in Florida, who wrote to me 4 sides saying how much she truly appreciates the videos and really enjoys them. And it's so kind to, and so lovely to receive a handwritten letter. You don't get that very often. So, and especially all the way from America. So thank you so much, Chris, for your letter. I just wanted to say, because I'm afraid I haven't really got the time or, well, to write back. I mean, it would be lovely, of course, and but you know my life and everything that I do. So, you know, what would you do if you're writing a letter back to somebody who knows everything you do because they're following you on YouTube? But that was lovely. So thank you so much for that. Very kind. Also, whilst I'm here, I had a message on Facebook, and I admit that sometimes the messages to the Bald Explorer page I don't always get to. I'd rather people just emailed me, if possible, when they want specific things, richard@vobes.com. Because, you know, if people message me on Instagram, on Facebook, in the Bald Explorer group, on YouTube, very often there's a chance I don't get to them immediately. I'll get to them, probably, but sometimes it may be months later. I'm not very good at keeping up with all the social media, so I just thought I'd put that out there. But Sophie Amelia Burton got in touch and says, look, we watch your videos and my partner is almost obsessed with your channel. Could you say hello to Daryl? So Daryl, if you're watching, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who watches my stuff. It's very lovely, and it's great. It's such a lovely community that we have built up together. Luckily, it didn't catch fire. Now, what have I been up to? As you know, if you've watched every one, this week I was out with Dan from Phoenix History, and what a fantastic and interesting young fella he is. And if you've followed the trip to Harrison Rocks, you'll know that he took me around there, and my goodness, we had such a great day. I mean, weather-wise for one thing, but we hit it off and it was superb. He is a very enthusiastic history chap. He's been a teacher and various things. He also plays in a band. So he's a well-travelled, educated young man, and it was a joy to meet him. So thank you, Dan, for the collaboration and for showing me around Harrison's Rocks. I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you haven't seen the video, do check it out. It only came out yesterday as I put this out, so it came out Saturday, but just look for Harrison's Rocks and you'll find it. And do check out Dan's channel. He is traveling around all over the place, so, and looking at interesting things, different to what I do, which is great, and that's how it should be. And some of the things may be the same, but it doesn't matter. We all do it in different ways. So that was really nice. The other thing that I did was to go to Horsham and to Den Park, and that was fascinating. I mean, it used to be my old stomping ground, Horsham, of course, and I haven't done a lot in Horsham over the years. I've done a few things and then I sort of moved away a bit, but I do want to get back into that area. One of the things I was looking for, I called it the elephant trap, as you may remember. I was hoping that it might jog a few people's memories, locals of Horsham, for what the elephant trap was and where it was. My friend Peter Richardson, who we used to go mucking about down there, he got in touch and he said, what is the elephant trap? I don't remember that. And I thought, oh, that's really, I'm sure I haven't got it wrong. And when I explained what I was talking about, he went, oh yeah, I know where that is. So he put me on the right track, as it were. And I looked on old maps, and it does seem to be, as one of my viewers actually suggested, a sort of continuation of a road called Den Road that leads from Horsham, quite close to St Mary's Church, and then across Den Park. And it must have been it must have just been a bit of a hollow way, that bit that we explained. I don't know, still don't know why it's called the Elephant Trap. A few people have made some suggestions, so thank you very much for that. And if anybody has any better suggestions, I mean, it may be that we made it up and Pete couldn't remember and I've kept it in my head. It just seemed very distinctive. But I will go back actually and explore that. Now I know where it is, and maybe explore a bit more of Horsham. Again, I just want some lovely weather, because it so makes a difference, doesn't it? When the weather is beautiful. Yes, you can go out and walk in all sorts of weathers, and I know some people do. But when you're filming, my style works better when the light is good. Anyway, so that was that. Oh, something that arrived today. One of these. Know what it is? Yes, it's a chimney brush. That's right. Why am I telling you? Well, as you know, I've got fires and I've got chimneys, and I must get round to cleaning them before we get into the depths of winter. And one of the reasons I need to do it is, and I do it myself, of course, is because after a few years they do get a bit bunged up. The why I'm telling you is, as you've noticed, I'm doing a few more domestic videos. People have been encouraging me to make more about my house, because it's a little bit unusual, I suppose, to many modern houses, and a number of people are just not familiar with how things like the ESSI works, and the fire in the front room, and I suppose the sort of cobbled together world that I live in. I do live in a slightly nostalgic way, I suppose, but then that's all down to my upbringing. I wasn't brought up in a tin bath as such, but some of the things, we did have power cuts, and we did sit there with candles and various things in the 1970s, and I'm sure a lot of people remember that. And older people, of course, will remember many more restrictions and limitations that we had. And I actually thrive on those, which is why I love cutting the wood and preparing and having such a beautiful thing as this Essie. But I do need to clean the chimneys, and I thought, well, I could put that on camera. I did have somebody who was a professional chimney sweep and said, well, you know, I'd come and do it for you. And I said, well, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a hassle dismantling this flue, and also being ready for when you come. And then the other front room, I've got to put in another chimney plate in there. So I thought, well, it would make an interesting video. And if I cock it all up and make mistakes, people will have a laugh. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, no matter how I attempt things, there's always somebody who has done it better, has been there before, and has got their comment. So, you know, I've got a bit thick-skinned with these comments. I always know that somebody else knows there's a better way, a correct way, a righter way of doing these things. And whatever, I'll let them have their say as long as they're not rude. So that's that. Harriet, my ex-partner, got in touch with me, and as you know, if you've watched the channel for any length of time, I've been up to Shropshire, where she lives, many times in the past, and we've made several videos. And a number of people have come to the channel because they live either in Shropshire or around that neck of the woods, or they know the county very well, and they've carried on watching. So thank you for that. And I would like to get back up there, and I've sort of half said in a few of these that I'm hoping to get up there. Well, Harriet got in touch and said, when are you actually coming? Because Lola, the little dachshund that she has, that when we were together we got, who must be now about 7, I suppose, Harriet said she's desperate to see you. So, well, obviously, if little Lola is desperate to see me, I better get up there. And so if I can arrange to see a few people in that neck of the woods and try and get some videos done, it's whether it will be before Christmas now, because it's funny how these weeks just roll together really quickly, and before you know it, they go. But if I can, I will. So I know that Harriet would like me to do that, and she'll put me up. She's got a spare room, so I don't have to sleep in the van, so that's quite handy. What else have we got? Oh yes, the cold is coming. Somebody told me, and I can't remember who it was, somebody said, you know, that next week we've got a really big cold patch coming. And I thought, oh great, well I'm glad I got my logs just in time. Actually, talking of which, I should just turn that down because as you can imagine, it's very warm. Yeah, so a lot of the walks that are coming up, or a lot of the videos are going to be, it seems, because it's so weather dependent really, and I'm particularly interested in trying to keep slightly longer format and the better quality if I can. That a lot may be just simplistic walks, going around looking at things, looking at nature, the landscape and our heritage as I used to do, mixed in with a little bit of lifestyle stuff. Now I know some people get a bit tetchy about that and they go, well, I just want the nature, or I actually just like the lifestyle stuff. It is how I'm going and progressing with this, so you just have to bear with me, I'm afraid. But with the winter, it's going to be a mixture of the two, because on these miserable grey days when it's really not nice, it's not that I don't want to go out, it's just I want to film it nicely. I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that way, as you may have noticed. So cold days are coming. You may see me wrapped up in bobble hats and scarves. The lovely Lisa Ramiboo had sent me a beautiful hat and a scarf. Thank you so much for that last year. Didn't get much of a chance to wear it on camera, but if we get cold, I dare say we will. I'm hoping that I can get back onto the borderland. I haven't managed to get on anything this week, or indeed last week. It hasn't been up for a while. I want a nice day that I can get out onto Lady Holt Park, which is the next stage. It's just I was booked up a bit with some other walks that I wanted to do in the meantime. So much depends on the weather as he keeps on going. And comments and suggestions, of course. You are very welcome, of course, to comment, as long as you're not rude, and put them below, and we love to read them. The lovely Julia helps me to go through them, because there's getting more and more. Suggestions for places to go, I get quite a lot of these, and I really appreciate that. I can't always go immediately, but it's lovely to have them and just write them down and keep a book and then think, oh, actually, so-and-so suggested that. Sometimes I get a little bit behind with my emails if you've emailed me, and so apologies for that. But if you've made suggestions on other than a comment on YouTube, but in a message on Facebook or on some other social platform, as I said before, sometimes I don't see it because I'm, to be honest with you, trying to keep up with everything and all the different means of being in communication in the social media world is quite tricky. So, but please keep them coming. We very much appreciate it. Don't forget, I do the Vobes show, which is a sort of, I don't know, comedy chat show, Monday nights, Wednesday nights and Friday nights live at 8 o'clock UK time. There's the Naked Englishman podcast that I record every day at nakedenglishman.co.uk. It's a podcast, audio podcast that you download as an MP3, and it's behind the scenes of my life and as a YouTube creator. So often you'll hear what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about, but as a warning, sometimes I'll have a bit of a rant about something, might sound off about some of the political things. If you don't agree with me, don't get too upset. It's just my thoughts as they come in my head. It's a sort of stream of consciousness. And sometimes I think, actually, I put that over really badly. Maybe I should have put that in a different way. But it's too late then. I've uploaded it and it's gone out. It is a raw type of podcast. Anyway, that's the main things that I'm up to at the moment. Thanks very much for coming and joining me here by the fire. It's been absolutely lovely. Keep warm, keep smiling, keep watching, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. If you want to help me make more of the videos, become a patron at baldexplorer.com, and you can see ways that you can help me by putting some diesel in the van and getting out and making the videos. Till next time, look after yourselves. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Do you need some more? maybe another one.